We are going to welcome you to the Principals Podcast. This is season 3, episode 5 of this school year. Today we are doing a girls soccer preview, and we missed her last week, so we have her join us this week. Ryleigh Robinson is joining us today. Along the lines, we have Mrs. Bondi and Mr. Hyam as our co-hosts for today's podcast. It's been a short week. Last week transitioned from the fair into Labor Day, and we transitioned into a 4-day work week, and it is our traditional Thursday time slot. So we want to welcome everyone. First, Mr. Hyam, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How's everyone out there in Topper Town?
Our mom,
real good.
Hello.
Did you hear all that?
Just saying hello. And Mrs. Bondi, how's life over in your fast lane?
It's freezing.
Wait, but you have joining offices. Is one warm, one cold?
It's insane. You walk into mine, it's an ice box. You go right around, 6 feet around the corner into the Hyam's office, and I don't know what's going on over there, but it's
You
warm.
see that thing behind you? The vent?
Yeah.
When the heat goes on, you get all the heat.
That's what Bandera told me. He said, prepare.
Yes,
So-
it will be really warm.
So if I'm wearing a summer dress in the middle of winter, please don't judge.
She's just complaining right now, so because she heard how hot it gets. She's trying to get the offices switched. That's what she's trying to do.
We are joined today with Ryleigh Robinson, who's in a Four Seasons room that's super cool.
I'd rather be there.
She'll have to talk to us about that room. Today is girls soccer preview. Ryleigh is the girls captain. So Ryleigh, how are things over in your seasonal room?
They're good.
It's a really nice room. So talk to us about your season. You have a really good core coming up. You have a lot of new faces, freshmen that are joining your team. You, along the lines with a very solid core. You did graduate some girls, but you are the sole captain, and that's a rarity to have one person that is the go-to. So let's first talk about that. Your teammates selected you as captain, and your coach is involved with that. What type of responsibility do you feel comes with that title?
Well, coming with being a captain, you have the responsibility of the team of running practices, helping running practices, getting everyone warmed up for the games. And then you also have to make sure everyone's on the same page. You talk to them. If something's not going right in the game, we try to fix it. We talk about it as a team and then just elaborate together and then change it.
So you just had your first experience on the new turf. What did you think of the feeling of that soft turf this past week?
It's definitely really nice. It's a lot softer of a turf, which is an adjustment changing to it, but it's really nice. I'm glad to be back on our home field.
So you have about 2 inches of sand as your base with that blend of sand, rubber, and then rubber at the top. And then we just had some rain last night. So that's going to help settle things in. What did you feel like was the biggest adjustment? Because going from an all turf field, which you've already played on this year, to that, did you feel like your turns, your cuts, and your approach to the ball you had to practice that because it's the different cuts that you have on grass versus rubber versus sand?
Yeah, for sure. We definitely tripped over the ball a lot. So it took a solid half for us to start getting used to the turf since we hadn't practiced on it yet. But it also felt a little slower, which we'll get used to as we play on it more. But yeah.
So could you tell us a little bit about your season so far? Some of the things that have been noted with your playing, your victories, anything that the team has goals for the year, and some of the things that are coming up in which we can see you in person play.
For sure. So right now we're 4-1-1. So our first game was against Berkshire, and that we lost 3-2. We were actually down 1-0, and we came back and we're up 2-1. And then we let in 2 goals in the last 10, 15 minutes, which was, we should have definitely won, but we were all really tired. But after that, everything started clicking and we made adjustments. And the next game we tied and then we won 4 games. So we're off to a pretty good start.
We need to get the Crazies to join you very soon. I think that they're making their voyage from volleyball to soccer for boys tonight. So it's going to be a full throttle of fans. But it does make a significant difference when you go to an outdoor sport that generally has a crowd that is mostly family and friends. It's soccer games here are very intimate. There's 30, 40 people that are on the home stand, so you can hear pretty much anything. But when it comes to having the Crazies there, they're going to have to adjust some of their chants for, when you go to a football game, they're making all these noises. But when you're in soccer, they're going to have to learn, the various styles of having a chant. They're going to have to watch some European soccer because that is where it's at. 150,000 people into an arena, and certainly cheering on their fans. Your team is fast. Are you faster than Oriani?
We go back and forth. It depends. I think she's still faster though.
She's quick.
Mm-hmm.
That little girl's quick. Is there any surprises this year that you were like, wow, this was really good that we filled this hole, or this girl came in from this school and this has helped significantly, or this girl worked really hard over the summer? Is there anything that really stands out for you early in the season?
One person that really stood out to me was Elle. She's a freshman this year and she's never played soccer before. She came in to all the summer practices. She works really hard every practice. She always shows up ready to play. And she got into her first varsity game and she played like 20 minutes. And she worked so hard and it really shows off.
That's great. Well, I've been doing a lot of talking. I'm going to pass the torch over. I know both Mr. Heim and Bondi have kids that are playing soccer, so they are at various levels of their soccer understanding. So I'm going to pass the torch over.
I enjoyed getting to come in and see you guys. I got to see the end of your game. I got to see the beginning of the JV game, then shifted over into parent night here, and then volleyball, and then I got to come and see the end of your guys' game, and it was really awesome to see you guys finish out with a win. I thought both teams looked really good. JV was impressive. They had a couple of goals before I walked over, so they had a couple of goals right off the bat, so that was good. But I like to hear that the freshmen are getting in there too. I was going to ask, have you always played soccer? Was it always an interest?
Yeah, so I've been playing soccer since I was 5, and I've just fell in love with the sport, and I've just always played it.
Nice. Did you start out like the little rec leagues and all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. Still in the recs.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ryleigh, you guys really look good on Tuesday night. One thing I noticed is the game kind of got rough. Were you expecting that game to kind of get as rough as it did, or is that the style you guys want to play? You want to be a little more aggressive and force the issue?
No, we definitely weren't expecting it. We like to pass the ball. Well, we try to pass the ball, and we don't try to force the aggression. The other team usually starts it anyways, but we just adjust and try to play around it.
So this year, I kind of heard from several sources that your position kind of on the field changed. Are you getting comfortable with that change? Are you excited about that change? How are things going?
At first I wasn't too excited about it, but as I started playing attacking mid more, I definitely started liking it because I get more of a chance to score and help get assists and pass the ball and get it up to the top, our forwards, to help them score as well.
Well, with you playing mid, can I give you my watch so you can give me, get all your steps? Because you're probably running the most of anyone on the field. Is that pretty fair to say?
Yeah, I definitely run a lot when I play in a game.
Have you ever monitored to see how many miles you've run during a practice or a game?
No, I haven't.
That's something that I was thinking about too while I was watching you guys out there. I'm like, the amount of running that goes into it. I mean, in a football game, they play, make a play, and they go to the next, but it's constant in soccer. It's just, you guys were all over that huge field. It was awesome.
Just in one weekend of coaching in 3 games, I can get 10,000 steps at third base, back and forth, back and forth. I can't even fathom that you have to be getting close to 30,000 steps in one game. That could be 2 hours, which includes, I'm sure, tons of hydration. I'm sure joints hurt. You have to ice. I'm sure that you're having like Michael Phelps meals where you're like, throw on 28 pancakes because I'm starving. What do you feel like do you feel like you are best in the team? Because the team generally has meals before games. They have the team meal, like whether it's the game day before or the day of, they have team meals. Do you feel like your team ends up going out together and continuing that bond and go like to El Patron together, go to King Cone together? Because a lot of teams end up doing that. I didn't know if that was happening with the girls soccer team.
Yeah, we definitely, like, after some games, we'll go and get ice cream, like, as long as we're all feeling good. Sometimes after a hot game, we're all just, like, tired and don't feel the best, so we just go home. But if we all feel good and are excited, we all go and get ice cream together.
Where is the favorite soccer girls hangout spot?
That's hard. We usually go either to, like, Dairy Queen or King Cone, but yeah.
A close tie. I just want to also say this is what happens when you get old, Ryleigh. You're really focused on the steps in the game instead of the actual game.
Do you have plans for outside of school to continue this sport?
Yeah, my plan is to play soccer in college, but I'm just not sure where yet.
Are you looking into some colleges? Have they talked to some about soccer specifically?
Yeah, I've talked to a couple.
Good.
Do you want to share those schools so we can, get that out there? Maybe some others would be jealous and maybe make some phone calls to you.
Or you can just let us vote for you. We'll take a vote.
I've talked to Mount Vernon and I've talked to Slippery Rock University. Those are the 2 that I've looked at so far.
2 good
schools.
Mm-hmm.
For the past, my 9 years here, Coach Chad has been involved in the program. I think that he actually gets younger every single year because he would pass as a sophomore here. He's a young guy. He's also very intelligent with the game, and he can get pretty, excited, but he's pretty much a passive guy, same tone. He's got a great delivery style for high school sports, specifically for young ladies, as I have had to evolve going from coaching varsity boys to girls. He just is a natural kind of I'm not saying monotone, but he's got a good tone with your team, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's funny to ever hear him like get heated in the moment in a game, because he still has that little squeaky voice that pops out when he gets pretty adamant about a call that was missed. He's a great guy. Has he brought his little infant to the game?
He has.
Now toddler, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, there's 2 of them now, but.
No, that's great. So we're going to pass it over to Mr. Hyam, who has a few questions for you in his little game that he has every week. Chicken or steak?
Chicken or steak. So here we go, Ryleigh. I'm going to ask you a few questions, kind of see where you are. Do you, during games, Gatorade or water?
Water.
Okay, tough question. Midfield or sweeper?
Midfield.
Wow, things are changing. Do you like to eat before the game or after the game?
After the game.
Do you like night games or day games?
Night games.
And the last one, Do you call it training or do you call it practice?
Practice.
Just a little chicken and steak for you out there, Hilltoppers.
Mr. Heim, last week you had a question for the boys in regards to favorite teams that they had, or
yeah.
did you have that for Ryleigh this week?
I could EPL or MLS.
MLS.
And who would you like to follow if it's MLS?
Columbus Crew.
The Crew. Have you been in the new place?
I haven't yet.
The old place, I know it felt like a high school stadium, but it was still an awesome place to see a game.
For sure.
So I hope the new place hasn't lost that excitement. When you went to the games, would you stand and sing the whole time like the Outlaws do when they go to the games?
No, I didn't.
Oh boy. You know I do, Mr. Murray. When I go to those games, I sing the entire time.
You do, and usually you put body paint on.
And I'm the only one in the section. Everyone else runs from me, Ryleigh.
What's the next time that we can watch you girls all at home?
We have a game Saturday at 10.
And Mr. Snyder is going to be the faculty manager there, and we just spent some time with the Daktronics today. Did you like the new scoreboard to go with?
I did. It's really cool.
There's some functions that if we have any listener out there that wants to help us in the student body section learn more about the scoreboard, you can have the toggle switch of hitting the goals to all the different switches out there to pump up the crowd. So we want to support girls soccer along with all programs, but particularly in this podcast, we're talking girls soccer. Come Saturday, it's a Saturday morning game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And who do you face on Saturday? We probably can look it up for you.
I don't remember at this moment. I just lost it.
Let me look at.
Well, while we're thinking about that, we're going to give you the opportunity to give opportunity for shout outs. This is the time where we do our gratitude. It was a short week, but still there's always a lot of good things that happen. Mrs. Bondi, did you see out there who they play?
I was just looking and I didn't see it, so I might be in the wrong spot here.
Let me pull it up. In the interim, Ryleigh, why don't you go first and have the opportunity to give somebody a shout out for this week?
I'm thankful for my team and how far we've come together, and I'm thankful that the turf is done and that we can now play our games at home and we don't have to travel for home games.
Looks like you play Cuyahoga Heights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Cuyahoga Heights.
The Tigers. I believe the Tigers. You know, that's what we'll do one week, Murray. We'll just name high schools and see how many of the high schools we know the nicknames of. That'd be fun. I'm sure the listeners would enjoy that.
The Truckers. You know the Truckers? They're out there near Sandusky.
Is that seriously a school?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know about the Blue Dragons?
No.
I don't.
Niles McKinley. They're the Blue Dragons.
Nothing beats the Hilltoppers.
No.
Matter of fact, they were doing on Sirius XM, the highway, so we can get our highway podcast out there, talking about national mascots, and they brought up the Hilltoppers, Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Very unique name for a mascot, and I thought to ourselves, wow, there's two of us out there. I'm sure there's more. You're proud of being a Hilltopper, aren't you there, Ryleigh?
Mm-hmm.
Who's your summer team? Or your off-season team, I should say.
I play for Croatia.
Okay. So does Heim's kids.
My son plays for Croatia. Yeah, he's been playing for them for 7 years. So
is that like a 13-hour flight? How long does it take?
Well, we get the red eye over there. We take the red eye over. But as Ryleigh could tell you, that's in soccer. There's 3 seasons. There's fall, winter, spring, and then they make up things in the summer to keep you busy. You never get away.
It's very true.
Did you ask the question indoor or outdoor? Which one she prefers?
No, I didn't. You know, I got to come up with new questions because if I didn't have new questions, you know, people will lose interest. So I got to have
turf, but the speed of indoor is different than in the
Oh,
fall and winter.
absolutely. I mean,
So-
some teams do very well on the turf where it's fast, and some need the natural grass because they're a slower team, and then that helps them. So, Ryleigh, do you like playing indoor or outdoor?
I like playing outdoor.
She likes to get the sun,
Yeah.
fresh
I do.
air.
Well,
Oh,
you play indoor with those boards. You can get one off the boards, or someone could truck you, as you would say, the truckers truck you into the boards, and that's going to leave a mark, as they say.
So, Mr. Hyam, who do you want to give a shout out to this week?
Boy, I've been really thinking about this all week, so I'm going to defer to Miss Bondi to let her go, so I can, leave the podcast with mine.
Okay.
I don't want to steal anyone's. Well, actually, I want to thank you two, my counterparts here, because really it's been a few weeks here now in this position, and trying to get adjusted has just been nice to have the leadership and the team that is being built right now. So thanks, guys.
You're only grateful for the podcast.
Yeah, mostly
That's the whole reason you came over to Chardon from Riverside, because of the podcast. We do play Riverside tonight in volleyball. It's going to be phenomenal, and also Friday in football. So I guess you're going to have to sport the red and black and put your thumb to your nose to Mr. Halatzos over there at Riverside. I want to give a shout out to Jen Sprinzel. Today is her birthday. She is my secretary. She is everybody's mom around here. She is a rock star, and she deserves all the accolades in the world for all that she does. She's the first one here every single day to make sure the system is running. So major shout out to Jen Sprinzel.
She deserves it.
She's one of a kind and the best we got.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we're going to end with Mr. Hyam.
Drum roll.
So I'd like to send a shout out to the school counselors. They're dealing with a lot right now with students wanting to change classes, with all the different things that we're trying to put in place with the seals for graduation. And they're just, each day there's something new that's coming to them. And they're doing a great job trying to meet the needs of our students. So a shout out to our school counselors here at Chardon High School.
So Ryleigh, it's been great. Thank you for joining us. Keep on leading. Keep on being you. You're a great, not only a great athlete, you're a great student and a great person. And I'm sure that everyone on your team and in your household are so grateful for all the things that you do. Keep being you. Good luck this Saturday. Good luck for the rest of your season. We can't wait to watch you play along with all of your teammates. You have practice tonight?
We do, yeah.
Are you out in the front grass, or are you waiting until after boys?
We're just on the front grass tonight.
You're on the front grass tonight. So you can work on some skill sets, because eventually when you get on turf, you'll be faster. Is it pretty is the front yard pretty much a mess?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best.
Back in the day, that's where we played soccer when I was in high school. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Ryleigh, I think you would say it's better than the fields at Lodi, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Those fields are pretty bad out in Lodi. So
they are, yeah.
Well, everyone, have a beautiful end of your Thursday. Good luck to all those competing this weekend. To all of our family and listeners out there, have a great weekend, and go Toppers. Thanks, Ryleigh.
Go Toppers.
Thank you.
go Toppers.